Buy more, save more. Oh, shoot, man. Smoke them if you got them. Now is the time. I mean, you know, what else are we going to do here? Coronavirus? What's up, ecosystem? Some say it's political. Some say it's your health. It's global. It's regional. It's spreading. Is there anything else we could talk about? How about auto transport industry topics in March 2020? Let's find out what's going on. Maybe we got some solutions to other things that's going on. So we're going to talk about it. You're going to want to buckle in. It's Tuesday nights live on Auto Transport Intel. I'm Jay, your host. Welcome back to the show. Going on, man? How's everybody doing out there in TV land? Have you checked your temperature? Are you guys okay? Is everybody feeling okay? You look a little sweaty. Anybody say that to you, man? Listen, man. Please don't say Corona again. Heard it enough already. Everywhere I look, there's another Corona message. And by the way, before I jump into that, I want to welcome you. I need to start with that, all right? I welcome you to the show. Thanks for joining me tonight, again, on Tuesday nights live on Auto Transport Intel. Please let me know if you can see me and hear me okay. I do appreciate it, and I want you to feel welcome. You know, let us know how you're feeling, if you've had your temperature taken, if you've been exposed to the virus or not, if you're in quarantine. Please do say hello in the live chat. Let us know what's going on with you, if you're safe. And have you marked yourself safe? Have you voted? Man, it's craziness. We're going to go into industry news. We're actually going to do, again, every week, we talk about the auto transport industry and what's going on. There is more stuff going on besides just coronavirus. We're going to actually talk about it. We are going to go into the information superhighway, where we're going to set up some of the topics of tonight, which includes those that we've already started with. And then we are going to have a live roundtable discussion with the Wheel O topics. We are revisiting the popular Wheel O topics, where I have 10 topics on a wheel. The wheel chooses randomly which one we're going to address. We're going to put 5 minutes on the clock, fingers on the buzzers, and people tuning in. And I want you to participate in the live chat. Let us know what you think of the topic, what you have to add. If you're watching later, please put it in the comments below. This is going to be a pretty good show. I am looking forward to it. And you know what? And I'm glad that we can all be together, that we don't have a crowd problem here, live together on Tuesday Nights Live. How do you like those apples? Who'd have thought? So, got a little lucky with that. Anyways, listen, I want you to stick around. We're going to be right back. And we're going to go into we're going to go into hello live chat. So live chat your stuff. Let us know what's going on. We're going to be right back.
Are you completely stressed out from all the calls and the contracts and the verification of loads when nobody answers the phone? Call Murphy Auto Dispatch Services today. Murphy Auto Dispatch Services has over 15 years of experience in the transport industry. We are your office while you are on the road. We book, we verify, and we bill out your loads for you. We have an excellent accounting staff and an even better dispatch team. Give us a call today at 417-273-0021. Or if you want to email me, it's murphyautotransport31@yahoo.com. Give us a call today.
Okay, so it's already started. So Josh on Facebook, he says he's got the cornhole virus. And there's a lot of viruses going around. So how do you know you got coronavirus? Actually, I didn't feel great over the weekend. Clearly, I don't have coronavirus. So how do you even know? How can you tell the difference? Man, I don't know. It's kind of crazy. But it's really the reason it's a topic. And I know it's exhausting, right? But like people are canceling travel plans and all kinds of stuff. And it's... And, and then there's the, does it have to do with the election? Jay, I thought you weren't going to say corona. Hey, Bill at Bad Apples, is this where you find the coronavirus? Oh, great, Bill. That's just great. Thanks a lot, Bill. Thanks for tuning in and participating in the Tuesday Night's Live Fun, I guess. Happy Tuesday, car hauler peoples, is what Bill has to say. Well, thank you, Bill. Thanks for tuning in and wishing everybody well. Truckify Inc. What's up, Jay? Truckify car hauling app in the house tonight with Mark and Superflow. What's up, Moosey? Welcome back to the show. Thanks for saying hello. By the way, I'm curious. So this is an even different camera, and then I'm going to be setting on my new camera soon. I'm just saying. So let me know if the video and the audio match. I'm trying to get rid of this lip sync problem. Working on a new computer setup too. Got a lot of things happening. So just let me know. I want to get rid of any sync issues that I've had in the past, that I'm currently having. And I saw The Fly last night. I shouldn't have watched The Fly last night. Man, that is a really weird movie. What weird movies have you guys seen lately? Hey everyone, ACB Logistics. Carlos Braxton says hello. What's up, Carlos? ACB Logistics, thanks for saying hello. Mark Grodicke, hey Jay, looking forward to the show. Looking forward to having you on the Roundtable. Mark, this is going to be an interesting show. Good evening, live chat. We're glad you joined us for tonight's show. Hey, what's up, Kimberly? Thanks for saying hello in the live chat and helping us out. Really do appreciate it. Custom Wheel Horse Tractor Eric 83. What's up, Custom Wheel Horse Tractor Eric 83? Thanks for saying hello and becoming a regular. I appreciate that. Part of the core. Means a lot. Mark, happy Tuesday. Elvis Childers says hello. What's up, Elvis? Thanks for saying hello. Happy Tuesday Nights Live to you. Let's see here. Mario Rangel, a way of getting loads without having a company name. That's interesting. Tell us more, Mario. And you know what you're going to be interested in on Thursday at noon? Sue and I are going to go live again with Dispatching Live. So if you are looking for your dispatch info, there'll be a little here tonight, but we're going to extend that with Dispatching Live. It'll be a monthly show on Thursdays at noon, and I'll announce it on Auto Transport Intel Tuesday Nights Live for now. Till I get the website all figured out. I got to figure that out too. And you're good? Eric83 is good. Okay, phew, we were worried, man. Carlos. Ricardo Rodriguez. Oh, wait, I don't want to skip it. Carlos Miguel Debut Herrera. What's up, Carlos, man? Thanks for saying hello and tuning in. Ricardo Rodriguez. What's up, Ricardo? Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. And let us know what's going on. I appreciate the hello, of course. But if you've got more information or you want to share something, love to know about it. Ty, is this where you find cars? No, Ty, they don't have cars here. You got to look on load boards, dude. D. Lewis. Hey, Jay, voted. Marked safe. New broker. First live call. Well, awesome, D. Lewis. That's the kind of information we're looking for here. Corporal? I don't know why I salute. I've never been in any military installation at any time. I'm pretty sure that's obvious. Hey, Ty, might be first time I said before you. Yeah, man. Okay, yeah, there's Sue's information, yes. We ran Sue's ad. I'm so used to it. I see it weekly. I know the ad, right? But if you're not familiar with Murphy Auto Dispatch Services, give Sue a call. You know what? Is dispatching illegal? Well, I'll tell you what, it doesn't matter because Sue has a broker's license. Bada bing, bada boom. She runs a good outfit. She knows what she's doing. And by the way, stick around because we have that. That is a topic on the wheel tonight. Sue is going to be with us tonight. And there's the link. Yeah, email. Thank you, Kimberly. Thank you so much for putting that in there. Let's see. Lionel Yates. Hey, what's up, Lionel? So recently I posted a video, auto transport insurance advice with Lionel. Check that video out. Very happy with that video. Came out great. Let's see what else we got. Danny B is here. What's up, Danny B? And Abdi Ronaldo. Hey, what's up, Abdi Ronaldo? Thank you for tuning in. Let me check the Facebook threads. Oh, we got Kashif. We got Robbie. Who else we got here? I know I'm leaning over. Jay, you're leaning over. What's up? I know. Still working on the studio. Joseph McCleary, Bogey Joe Sr. says hello. Hey, what's up, Bogey Joe? Thanks for tuning in, man. Means a lot. Great to hear from you. Mario's in Cali. Well, thank you, Mario. See, there you go. Now I know. Most informed auto transport show on the whole internet. Thank you, Lionel. I happen to agree. I do. I'm bringing it every week, and I think it's important. And this is a gigantic industry. There is so much to cover. D&W Logistics LLC, look and sound good. Thank you, D&W. I appreciate that confirmation. Check. Anton Sofranovici, what's up, Anton? Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate it. Let's see here. Carlos, D&W, Bunker Boot Mate. Hey, BBM in the house. What's up, Bunker Boot Mate? Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate it. And let us know what's on your mind. You know, now that you're here and it's Tuesday night and we're live, we're live. And like nobody's going to get contaminated. How great is that? Man, that is awesome. We don't even have to wear masks here tonight. Oh, you're new. Awesome. Great. And if you're new, this is the show. I'm telling you, because you know this, guys. Listen, if you're a multi-decade veteran, yeah, you probably don't need this show. Although I've realized as I say that, with so many things changing, I don't know, might pick something up. Not other than a virus. Isaac Ortiz, what's up, Jay? Hey, what's up, Isaac? Thanks for tuning in and saying hello. Hotshot Dave, Corona and Lime. See? Exactly, Dave. That's what I'm talking about. Corona and Lime. It's one of my favorites. Sue, there is any option we can start running the business with another page? Interesting. Hotshot, those are great. Might have one later. I'm no kid. Might have one now, right? Why not? Hey, man. I still need to. I really do. I'm done. I have one more cigar. I need to get to smoke them if you got them, I say. And, if you got that Corona and Lime, can't hurt. Shoot, I was trying to kill, I was talking to Ty. I was trying to kill my coronavirus with, Wild Turkey 101? Does that work? I think the CDC might weigh in on that one soon. Lee Jones says hello. Sure, you can sign up with ACV, but if your MC number is new, the other boards require more time. Yeah, that is definitely a problem, and the problem keeps extending itself. It didn't used to be like that. It just keeps... Yeah, being new is tough, man. It is tough to be new. Hotshot Dave made everybody thirsty. That's a good call, man. But right? If you're done for the day, right? We got to make sure we're done for the day. Luis Silva, hello from Maryland. Hey, Luis, thanks for tuning in, man. Appreciate that. Elton Fanning, hi, Jay. Glad to be here. We're glad to have you. That's awesome. Thank you so much. Perfect time to move on to industry news. Let's do this. Let's hear a word from Ty. We're going to go into industry news, and I hope you'll stick around.
Hey guys, Ty, CTS Business Coaching. I connect dealers, auctions, and carriers. If you're a dealer and you're not getting your inventory on the lot in 5 days ready to sell, you've got a problem. It's called interest. Like I'm telling you something you don't know. Give me a call. I can connect you with an auction and a carrier, and you can get your cars on the lot in 5 days or less. 417-483-2764. Thanks and have a great day.
Yeah, man. So like some of that information, if you're a dealer, that is just all obvious information, but we're not all dealers. And one of the things that I think that I see when I go to trade shows and I talk to dealers and folks at auctions and brokers, and of course carriers, not as many carriers at trade shows, but the fact is when it comes to dealers, there is a gap between car shipping and dealers. And, you guys know, when you deliver at a dealership, it can be great, or it can just be like, throw me the keys and get out of my face. And it doesn't have to be like that. And part of the reason is there isn't as much interaction and conversation as I think there needs to be, and as I think there will be in the future as one grows one's business. So that's what that's all about. And, we are going to be talking about, I saw that some Hotshot Dave comment about relisting ACV cars. It's a valid comment, Dave, because you know what? Sue and I have been in touch recently about, apparently, the conversation about, illegal dispatchers and dirty brokering and stuff. Well, you know what? It seems to be equal parts. Brokers, carriers, dispatchers, folks that are doing double brokering. It is not just one category. In fact, one could argue, because since Ty and I were talking about if dealers fall into this, and if a dealer owns the car, then he probably has the right to broker without a broker's license. Love to get the FMCSA opinion on that. But it seems more than dispatchers, more than brokers, many carriers are actually the ones at fault of brokering cars without a broker's license. And you got to have a broker's license, right? So if we're going to pin down the dispatchers and pin down the brokers, hey man, what's good for the goose is good for the gander. I hate to bring the bad news. But, you have good and bad in all categories. Nailed it, Sue. Thank you so much. Okay. Hey, guys, let's go into industry news. Enough of the soapbox, Jay. We've heard enough. We are ready to talk about the Wheel O topics, including coronavirus and illegal brokering show. Did you see how that Wheel O coronavirus happened? I didn't even mean to do that. That's how tricky the coronavirus is. And yes, you're right. The background is the coronavirus. Right? You just got to get it out of we got to sweat this thing out of our system. It's the only way through it. It's just to drive straight on Thelma and Louise right over it. All right, here we go. Hey, maybe you have coronavirus. You just won a free cruise. Yeah, everybody knows I put these memes together on Tuesdays. I don't know, I kind of liked it. I was actually belly laughing when I put it together, but by now, it's already worn off. Typical. Okay, so speaking of coronavirus, Flying J, they put out an email. COVID-19, what to do, wash your hands, right? What else we got? I'm telling you, that's why we're covering this. Here, where did it go? Dang it, Jay, where'd your news go? What happened to your news, Jay? Okay, hold on. Best Buy. Best Buy has nothing to do with trucking, but that's how it's everywhere. Best Buy, community of Wildwood, they've already issued their panic and lockdown. What's the community of Wildwood? I don't even know. If you've used a Flying J truck stop bathroom, you might be immune to the coronavirus. It's hilarious. I saw this posted at a doctor's office today. Okay, now that's interesting. Every election year there's been a disease. I'm sure there's been no fudging of any numbers here. No way. Or maybe it's all true. I don't know, man. SARS, avian, swine, MERS, Ebola, Zika, Ebola, Corona. What's next? Ready Auto, they issued their wash your hands warning. CDC. Car Global, no travel for the month of March until further notice. I believe that's what that said. Automotive Logistics, they're mindful. And Automotive Logistics, now that's global media, so they really, they have to be further ahead of it than, Best Buy. Reindeer's got an email out, wash your hands before you load. I don't know. What is it? Coughing, sneezing, wear your mask at the auction? I don't know. What are we supposed to do? But anyways, this is how you get your car shipping news. Even if I don't actually have the answers, at least I have the news. Right? Okay. Nice plug, Jay. Dear carrier partners, in an effort to keep our load board consistent... Oh, this is actual news. This is what we meant. We'll be changing the length of time a carrier can stage a transport. You guys see this? You can now only have it in your shopping cart for 15 minutes instead of 90 minutes. Which makes a big difference when you're trying to put a load together, a route together. So if you book a load on ACV, you got 15 minutes before it's going to go back into the load board if you don't pull it from your shopping cart. I think I got that right. And it's understandable. I mean, you see that on Ready, and well, essentially you don't even have a shopping cart. Shoot, you don't even have like a PO box. Please read below. Okay, that's please. Can we take it easy? This is more reindeer. And this is interesting stuff because did you guys know that if you book a reindeer load and you're not going to meet the customer's requested window, which Reindeer works out with their customers, and by the way, we are entering the brave new world of customer, chocolate on the pillows and whipped cream and exact times. Like, we thought it was hard before. Holy mackerel. You got to have it to the second now. Anyways, Reindeer has VIP customers where they work out windows of time. If you're not going to hit the window, talk to Reindeer. They can find a terminal or work something out. Anyways, they want to know. And this is their way of saying, please communicate. So, on behalf of Reindeer, go ahead and, for what it's worth, don't take wooden nickels. Nuclear verdict forced Arkansas-based carrier to shut down. I shared this because we talk about this. We know insurance is expensive, and nuclear verdicts is one of the reasons. Just keep your eyes out. Be aware. It's just like the coronavirus. Just keep your eyes open. Wear your mask. Okay, here we go. Finally, some fun. Jeez, this show's just been a downer. This is a ship. Okay. This is a shipping ships. That's great, Jay. Thanks. If anybody's coming through Jackson, Mississippi, want some good barbecue, check out the barbecue stand on 2055 at the Shell station off the same exit where the Petro is. I know it's pretty specific, but if it's an easy location and they don't have coronavirus, okay. See? You couldn't resist. It's a good thing it's my show. Yeah. Party of one. Okay. Hey, everybody. Serge is stuck in Prague, Czech. Wells Fargo negative 150. Can some of you help him out? Buy a few shares of his corporation. I don't know. I shared it. I saw it. Let's see. Speaking of helping others, what do we got here? Sitting at the port for almost 24 hours. Wedge drivers, stinger guys alike sitting there. One of the guys was grabbing something to eat. As I was talking, left. Anyways, he brought him back a coffee. Wanted to say thank you. That's pretty cool, right? That is cool. That is cool. I like it. Had to share it. And McCafe, it's like $1, dude. Sure. McCafe all day. I shared this because do people realize what it's like to be a stinger driver? Loaded? I don't know, man. That is unbelievable. Can you imagine if, you had, Sandy Snowflake, that was her view? She'd freak out. You'd have people freaking out. Okay, so last show I was sharing Hansen and Adkins had, okay, picture number 1. Okay, there's 5 of these, so you're going to pick your favorite. I want to hear it in the live chat. What's your favorite? You got number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, or number 5. Let's do it again. These are great pictures. Number 1, what's your favorite? Come on now. What's your favorite? Number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, or number 5. Who can guess? So they picked the winner. Who can guess what picture won? Nobody's guessing. Typical. It's just typical, Jay. All right, well, I'm going to tell you. Guys ready? Number 2. They picked number 2. The dark one. It's good. Oh, look at that. D&W picked it. Abdi picked it. Gary picked it. Wow. I did not pick that. I thought it was good, but I didn't pick it. But it is, it's like, it's like Stone Cold, man. It's awesome. It's a good pick. It's a good one. So, and speaking of, Hansen and Adkins is actually hiring. So if you, if you're looking for a, if you got to be a great driver, look at that. Minimum 2 years experience, no driving related suspensions or revocations in the past 5 years. If that's you, and I believe they're a California based company. I believe so, but don't hold me to it. Got a phone number. Give them a call. Find out if you can be the next to sign up. Great company, Hansen and Adkins. What else we got here? Oh, there's a couple more job openings here. We got, Brian Eccles shared. Okay, this was on, you know what? You could see the link if you can, you got about here, and I can't even highlight it. So if you write that down anyways, and I don't even know the name of the company, Jay, this is one terrible ad. Well, he didn't pay me. I mean, I'm just sharing it. Brian Eccles, anyways, looking for a driver. Usually I have more information than that. I'm very disappointed in you. Here's one. This is a family-owned auto transport company based out of Michigan. They got a rate of pay, got to have 2 years experience, and there's an email address here. Let me blow that up. And you can see that email address. See, I don't say them in case I get them wrong, or I don't know. I don't want to end up in some kind of litigation for no reason. But anyways, there's your email address. Hey, in total, how much does it cost to set up under and run your own? I didn't read it right, but you can read it. How long before you can own? Jeez, Jay. In total, how much does it cost to set up and run under your own authority? How long before you can operate after setup? And I share that because these are the comments. In my opinion, with all these companies that have shut down recently, not a good time. Is having one authority really that bad? Didn't say or was a bad thing, just not a smart thing to do while freight is slow and cheap. It is. This is why on tonight's roundtable we do have the. We're going to cover the topic. Is this a good time to start a trucking company? It's actually a pretty good question. Is it ever a good time? I don't even know. Maybe not. Let's see here. Yeah. Oh, help! I ran my first load. I need to make an invoice so I can get paid. What does that look like? Is there a sample one I can look at? Now, that wasn't actually... The first thought I had wasn't, let me go find the sample. My first thought was, you're just thinking of that now? But I get it. There's a lot to consider. So, anyways, if somebody has a sample invoice, that'd be handy. I'd just Google it, right? Just Google it. Oh, here we go. Ziggy shared it. Keep playing with the dispatchers and the brokers. Critics say trust fund surety fails to protect truckers in claims against brokers. See, but why do we leave out other carriers? That's what I don't understand. If we're gonna deal the table, let's pass out all the cards. Dispatchers, brokers, and carriers. Let's throw in dealers. Hey, man, from what I've seen, everybody on the table is guilty or is possibly guilty of illegal brokering. And that's what we're really talking about here. It's not illegal dispatching. It's not illegal carriers. It's illegal brokering. That's the problem. Anyways, that's just my opinion. Hey, Columbia Hyundai in Cincinnati. Anyone know where to unload? It's interesting when we see this too. Right? Isn't it unfortunate when you're at a dealership and you don't see a place to unload? And then what I wonder is, how do they expect to get their inventory? Didn't anybody? You mean nobody thought of this? Seems so strange to me. Anyways, that is why once a month we're going to go live, dispatching live, which is again this Thursday at noon. Please join us. You're already going to be working anyways. Hey, if you're a dispatcher, you're going to be at your desk, sweating like crazy, looking for loads. May as well get a little advice. It's about a 30-minute, 40-minute show. You're staring at the load boards and you're wondering, is this a good load? Is this a good load? Am I looking at something good? And you want some advice? Dispatching Live. That's what it's for. Man, this thing's just broken tonight. Here we go. Here's another. This is a pretty good topic. Hey, bud, it's Brian. This is an actual text to a customer. Hey, bud, it's Brian with Always Haulin', picking up your car. I'm about 20 minutes away. Is that okay? Now, the time is 7:30. The customer zips back a text within 2 minutes. No, I said 9. Chocolate on pillow. Oh, okay, sorry for the inconvenience. See you at 9. Now, it's interesting. We could see it both ways. Listen, if you're a new car shipping customer and you happen to be watching the show, you're thinking, Jay, what are you talking about? I'm the customer. Well, here's the thing. Drivers, especially like a 9 car, he's got a lot of other customers, and he's fighting a egg timer and DOT and fuel costs and insurance and traffic. If you're driving 1,000 miles, you can't exactly just pinpoint exact times and really. Okay. Well, anyways, these were what some other driver said. I called him Friday. He said no later than 9 because he's got to leave for work. Well, F me for being early. And I believe that because as a dispatcher, I've talked to people and they'll say things like, yeah, just be here no later than 9. Then the driver gets there an hour and a half early and you get the, just sit outside idling really loudly. 9:30 it is. I'm telling you, man, this is just the reality, man. Car hauling is not an exact science. Just read, about 45% of new brokers from 2015 to 2019 have had their authority revoked. And this does not include illegal brokers or dispatchers. Again, we're leaving out the carriers. I love that. Because there are no shady carriers. I know, right? Crazy. What are you doing, Jay? What are you doing? Well, I'm telling you, I'm talking to the entire industry. That's what I'm doing. I'm talking to the entire... You know what? And 45%, that's a really high. Is that real? Man, if it's 45%, we clearly don't have a simple problem. That's insane. That is insane. So broker reform. So then this was an article. This was Overdrive Online. And it talked about how, take them to court, file on their bond, go out of business in the meantime. Doesn't help. Here's some responses. Nothing's changed for the better. It seems to be even worse. We pushed for the broker bond to go up to 100K, but that wouldn't have helped, it seems. I'm all out of solutions, not complaining. I can't figure it out. Any suggestions? That's from a broker is saying that. And then, good read. I'm having trouble with a North Dakota broker. He says check's in the mail. Check never comes. I'm trying to find the name of his bonding company. And on it goes. By the way, nowhere in there was a dispatcher even mentioned. Because the dispatchers, anyways. This is the Car Shipping Business Channel. I'm Jay at Auto Transport Intel. I'm here every Tuesday night. Try the veal. And here's what we're going to do. Here's what we're going to do. We are going to... What do we have next? A word from Dispatch Center. I'm going to talk about the topics tonight. We need to get to this roundtable with the wheel of topics. Guys, stick around. I'm going to be right back. You aren't going to want to miss it.
Superflow Systems is excited to introduce DispatchCenter.com, a full-service load board for brokers, shippers, carriers, and drivers, featuring integrations with Truckify mobile app and iTruckPay. Use Route Scout technology to build your routes. Maximize truck capacity. Stay loaded at the highest available revenue with the least amount of driving miles. Tell us your lanes. Loadification will alert you to new loads posting in your route. Views instant load notifications sent with Book Now features. Search and book loads directly through the Truckify mobile app. Brokers and shippers, post your loads to Dispatch Center. Give authorized carriers the opportunity to instantly book your loads. Dispatch Center powers the Truckify mobile app, allowing instant load assignment to the driver. Truckify will send inspection reports, geo-located pickup and delivery photos, BOLs, and invoices back to the broker. brokers, shippers, carriers, and drivers. Dispatch Center and Truckify have what you need to be more profitable every day.
All right. Thank you, Superflow Systems. And of course, thank you, Kimberly, for putting in. We've got in the live chat, you can see there's the phone number for Superflow Systems. You've got an email, and you've got the website if you are looking for a better end-to-end solution. CRM, driver mobile app, dispatch dashboard, load board, full solution. Check out Superflow Systems. And Mark is going to be on the show tonight. If you have any questions for Superflow, put it in the chat or email him or give him a call. All right, so here's what we got next. We are going to go into the information superhighway. Again, this could be the Wheel of the Wheel of Coronavirus Topics show, possibly. So here's what we're going to do. Now, I like the Wheel of Topics format, and this is what's happening. Okay, so I've got a handy-dandy Wheel of Topics, and I hit the wheel. All right, there's the wheel, and it spins, and yeah, and I believe you guys could hear that. Let me know if you could hear the wheel. I think you can. I think it's my guests that cannot hear it, but you guys can hear it. Anyways, the topics are coronavirus in the auto industry, why is dispatching illegal, today's biggest load board issues, the Carvana effect on transportation, car shipping and dealer marketing, why not start a trucking company, connected autonomous shared electric vehicles, auto transport social media, my rant of the week, and the award goes to. So, hey, thanks, Shaggy. Thanks for tuning in, saying hello, by the way. And I know I missed a bunch of live chat. And let's see. Okay, it's mainly Shaggy, Isaac and Shaggy talking back and forth. Awesome. And Frank Lago. Good night, all. Engaged transport reporting for duty. Thanks, Frank. Thanks for checking in. So this is our Wheel of Topics. I told the panel that I would basically be inviting them around 8:40. This is essentially the superhighway for tonight, just me laying out the topics. Let you take a moment. Think about, what is this? What do you want to weigh in on? What's your rant of the week? Who would you give an award to? You know what I mean? I mean, good or bad. We talked about auto transport social media. That was last week. Have you done any social media? Were you inspired by that? Are you working on any marketing in your company? Connected, autonomous, shared electric vehicles. Dude, all future vehicles fall into one, if not all, of these categories. Did you know that internal combustion engines will be a thing of the past? Seems crazy, right? In 10 years, I don't know how many OEMs will still be making gas-consuming vehicles. I know in Europe, they can't. Like, there are laws coming, like now, that are forbidding a certain amount, even now, that will not pass the new emission standards. Anyways, I don't know the year on it. Shoot, man, I don't know the year on it, but I know it's coming, and I know the OEMs are moving faster than I think even some of us expected. But maybe not a surprise to them. But some of the company formations that are happening in the name of electric vehicles, that's interesting too. Why not start a trucking company? Man, I think this is an amazing topic. I'd love to hear what you think about why or why not, because I know every day in America, at least one person is thinking of starting a trucking company. No joke. It's probably more than one. It's probably 5. Might be 10. Car shipping and dealer marketing. I'm going to keep talking about dealers because I do think there is a big gap here, and I've seen a few companies recognize the gap, and they're working hard to fill that gap and market to dealers. Something to think about. The Carvana effect. Yeah, so expecting the chocolate on the pillow. I want red, I want yellow, I want it now, I want it tomorrow. I'm going to hit a button tonight and order a car, and I want it tomorrow. How's that working for the transporter? What about the load boards? There's always load board talk, whether it's rates or a specific load board or a broker. How about dispatchers are illegal? Come on. So I went through the list backwards. Why not? Mix it up. Anyways, that's what we're talking about tonight. So I hope you'll stick around, weigh in on these topics. let's do this. Let's go ahead and close that out. Close. Yeah, don't save that. What are we doing now? Oh, we're going to go into, you know what we're going to do? The CTS Business Coaching Question of the Day. What is the CTS Business Coaching Question of the Day? And actually, honestly, my question is, what's going to happen? Like, what's the next headline we're going to hear about coronavirus? That's honestly what is going to happen next. Things are happening really fast, but is it a panic? Are there going to be a lot of deaths? I don't know, man. It's already disrupted the automotive supply chain, but will that correct itself soon? Are we looking at a year or two? Man, I just really want to know. I think we all want to know. So if somebody out there has the answer, man, are we ready to hear it? Okay, so here's what's going to happen. I'm going to change this camera. And now boom, now you're here. There we go. Hey, how you doing? Okay, so what we're going to do is I need to invite everybody to the live roundtable. We're going to do like 90 minutes of Wheel O Topics roundtable. If you've had enough, man, thank you so much for tuning in. We're just about to get started. If you are just tuning in, you haven't missed anything. The roundtable's coming up next. So here's a word about IATA, Independent Auto Transporters Alliance, and then we're going to be back with the live roundtable. I hope you'll stick around and join us. IATA stands for Independent Auto Transporters Alliance. Visit the website, iata.biz. The mission, driving auto transport business together. Drivers, managers, owners, carriers, networking and sharing best practices. IATA provides access to suppliers with discounts. That's right, discounts. IATA, always working to make the car shipping industry better. IATA, something we can all be proud of. If you're a carrier and you're interested in joining IATA, visit the website, iata.biz. Click on Become a Member. Follow the register and checkout process. Got questions? Click Contact Us on the website. Okay, what's up? Welcome back to Auto Transport Intel. I have invited my guest for this evening. I'm just checking the Facebook pages here. Oh yeah, cool, man. We've got let's see here. Oh, Easy Auto Ship is with us tonight. What's up, Easy Auto Ship? And oh, Chuck, thanks for the efforts. Thank you, Chuck. Provides a lot of useful info. I don't mean to be picky, but that constantly zooming in and out to me is very distracting. Hey, that's good feedback, Chuck. You know why I do that is that on a mobile device, the words appear pretty small. So I'm trying to magnify that. But you know what? Thank you for letting me know, Chuck. Hey, what do you guys think? Chuck is saying that during industry news, the zooming in and out is distracting. And I could use your feedback. Is it helpful? Is it distracting? Inquiring minds want to know. And my mind is inquiring. Okay. It's ridiculous. Hey, what's up, Mark? Welcome to the show. I know you're getting dialed in. Oh, let's see. And I just turned on the audio. So, mic check 1, 2, 3. Anybody there? Check, check, check. Mic 1, 2. I don't hear anybody yet. Test, check, check. Can you guys hear me? Oh, okay. Yeah, Sue, I hear you.
Okay, cool.
Awesome, thank you. Woo! And I was like, whoa, nothing's working. Ty's over there acting like he's talking, but not talking. Exactly, yeah. Yeah, exactly.
I'm in.
All right, Mark is in, Ty is in, Sue is in. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it. Listen, if you're new to the show and you don't know all the guests that are on the screen, and we have 2 more folks tuning in, and then I'll start putting names up on the screen. But here next to me, I've got Mark from Superflow Systems. Okay?
Hello.
Thank you for tuning in, Mark.
Yep.
Here we go. Let's see, man. We got to work on this finger stuff. Ty down in the corner. Ty from CTS. If you were joining in earlier, you saw Ty at CTS talking about dealers, auctions, carriers, brokers. And then here in the box down below, we've got Sue from Murphy Auto Transport. Sue is a dispatcher and broker. Right? Is that right, Sue?
Yes.
All right. And
Yes, I'm here.
Which is, like, I say that like, you know, like we all have to hide. Like, what? A dispatcher and broker? Please. Right? What is going on? What
Right.
is dispatching now the coronavirus of auto transport? What is going on?
Well, some might say that.
I'm serious.
I know a few people.
I know, man. I read it. It was in industry news. You would think dispatchers, I don't know. The war on dispatchers is out of control, and I'm here to push back. Listen, dispatchers perform a function. They're not all illegal brokers. You know who does illegal
Right.
brokering, Sue? Who does illegal brokering, Sue?
Transporters.
Transporters. That's right.
Every day. I see them on there. Every day.
All right. Hey, we have Joe from Easy Auto Ship. He's with us.
What's up, fellas? How we doing, guys?
Hey, welcome to the show.
Joe.
Awesome.
Hey, Mark.
I just was saying that. Okay, so we have one more coming. That's Candy from Jack Sports Storage. But before Candy gets here, how's everything going, Joe?
Everything is going good. Everything is going good. You know, in the POV market, the seasons is right around the corner, so we're getting excited about that. A lot of snowbirds are starting to gear up, head back north, and you know, dealing with everyday life.
That's right.
When it comes to the auto transport industry.
Because you're really on in POV car shipping. You're looking at that annual calendar. You know what you're about to move into next.
Absolutely. If you keep your stuff organized, you can target, you know, all those folks that went down in the fall. So you know, it's just we're retargeting those guys and say, hey, we know it's almost time to come back up. Let's get it going. So we're really gearing up for that. School's getting out too. You know, job changes. You know, that usually happens when the weather breaks and kids are out of school. So, you know, we kind of prepare for this time of the year, you know, for the last, 2-3 months now. So we're looking forward to it.
It's a good thing you have a good CRM to manage all those leads.
Absolutely. I could just pull a report. It takes me about 2 minutes. It shows me everybody. I send a nice email with a nice template that's personalized. It grabs all their information, so it looks like it's tailor-made for them, and it really makes a difference.
What software do
Absolutely.
you use again?
It's called ABD, Pro ABD, and you know, it can price it out. It can show me the route. It can send out those emails that I was just talking about. It can show you the vehicle that you're shipping, multiple loads that you can do at one time, carrier match system where you can let the carrier know, hey, this is available. It's integrated with all our load boards as well with an API key that they put in, so we don't have to post anything manually. It goes on, it grabs all the information from the file. Really saves us a lot of time on a day-to-day basis. Absolutely.
And what's the parent company of that Pro ABD software?
I believe they're called Superflow.
Superflow, huh?
Systems. Superflow without a W, by the way. Superflow without a W.
Without a W. That's right.
That's right.
That's right. All right.
Yeah, we talk to those guys on a daily basis. They're always there, working hand in hand with us, and we throw ideas around, and they tell us if they can do it or not. Usually 9.999% of the time, they usually get to it and make it easier for us. So it's a good relationship because we're on the ground floor and we're seeing it and we're feeling it. And they do a really good job of putting our ideas in place.
So
I'm glad Eric didn't make it tonight. Joe did a great job. Thanks, Joe. Eric had the Coronas or the H1N1s, the 19s or something. I'm not sure what he had, but Joe's a good substitute. Sorry about that, Eric, but
he wished he could make it, but
I know.
he's not feeling too well. So I said, you know what, the show must go on. So let's get the
we,
show
we
going.
appreciate that. We really do. And yeah, I had I didn't feel good at all this weekend.
No, it hit all of us.
and
I mean,
Ty-
literally, for the past
Yeah.
month, it was everybody in the office.
Not
Like
all of
it
us.
went down the line, boom, boom,
Yeah.
boom, boom. I mean, I had it for a week and a half or so. I mean, it was tough, but I think we're right at the tail end here now. So hopefully, everybody's good to go.
How are you doing, Ty? Are you feeling better?
Uh-oh.
Oh man, I still don't hear you, Ty. I don't have you muted. Yeah, no, that's cool. While you're troubleshooting that, hey, welcome to the show, Candy.
Hello. Hey, how are you?
How you doing?
I'm good. Sorry I'm late. Just getting settled in.
Nah, you're fine. Shoot. I mean, if you were, if you were a POV car shipping customer, you're late. You're darn right.
I need a discount.
Right? Oh my God, isn't that what's next? You're 5 minutes late. I'm gonna need a discount.
Yes. How's everybody doing? Hi, Ty.
Hey.
Hi, Mark.
Yeah.
Hi, Candy.
Ty's mute.
Hey, Candy.
I'm reading his lips.
Oh.
Ty, if you
He didn't say
exit and
that.
try to come back in, I don't know. What if you call in and add another window and I'll just, put a logo over it or something.
Jay, you did something to Ty.
I
What
know.
did you do?
Okay, so he's gonna come back. I'm gonna pull the man, and I just got all the titles all set. Well, I'll tell you what. I promised that we would hit the Wheel O topics. So, all right, now listen. Hey, this is what's fun. You can, if you're at home, you can follow along on your own. You can launch your own Wheel O topics. So let's see here. Let's do.
Where's Sue? Did she make it tonight?
Sue is here.
She's
I
there.
can't see her.
But you can hear her.
Yep. Hey, Candy.
Hey, Sue. How you doing?
Alright. Let's close that.
Can you hear me, Candy?
Check.
Yeah, I can hear you now. How you doing today?
I'm fine. How about you?
Good. Good to not see you. I can't see. I see. What is that?
Can you guys hear me?
Okay, let's go to Auto
Yeah.
Transport Intel. I think I closed that window inadvertently. Okay. So,
I'm okay. How about you?
are you with us, Ty, or are you not?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got
Hey.
Ty, man.
Hey, Ty.
All right, perfect timing. Hey, and listen, if
I think that's the coronavirus he's got
it's
up
the
right now.
coronavirus. If you're
Whatever it was rough. Wow.
You were-
I've been sick in a long time.
you were
Man.
sick, bro.
Yeah, it was bad. I'm good.
But
I'm good. Happy to be here. Thank you.
If you're out there in TV land, you're wondering what's going on. I'm about to spin the Wheel O topics. I'm going to put 5 minutes on the clock. We have 10 topics. You guys ready? Fingers on the buzzers. If the topic comes up and you're very passionate about it, I want to hear from you. I want you to say, "Oh, me." Hands up, whatever you got to do. Yell. There we go. Why not start a trucking company? Excellent beginning.
Sorry, excuse me.
Right, exactly.
Where's my mute button?
Candy, that's for you.
No. Look, I already said I wasn't gonna cuss tonight. I said this is a family show. I gotta. Okay, I'm gonna give my one reason. Then I'm gonna pass it around. Because you're not ready, because you haven't did anything to prepare to start a trucking company. It's like going to be a doctor or a dentist without going to med school.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm not.
That's a
I
good
see.
one.
I know you thought I was gonna go off on a tangent.
No,
I'm not.
that's-
I'm gonna suppress it
That was really good.
Deep.
unless
That was deep.
Ty stirs me up. Don't let him stir me up. So I'm gonna pass the baton.
That was really good. Who wants to pick it up?
Why not start a trucking company?
Yeah. There you go, Ty. Yeah.
Why not?
Why not start a trucking company? Why not?
Why not? Well, it's really hard business. That's for sure. Car hauling's super hard, and it's because of your show, we're doing the coaching, and we get people all the time that call us, and they got a truck and a trailer, and they just need a load board and a dispatcher. And as you guys can see, dispatching's kind of got a new twist. Load boards. Who's on the load board, guys? Car dealers, brokers, carriers. So What do we know about all
Importer,
those?
exporter.
Yeah. I always say this is a great place to start. Why not start a trucking company? Because you don't know who your customer is. So ask yourself, who is my customer? How is my customer going to pay me? And that's a great place to start. Okay. That's it.
No, and I like that way you like to talk about customers. And when you do that, you're raising a really good point. Have you thought about who your customer is? Right?
A lot of the people we talk to haven't thought about
I
that.
know it's
I know that sounds
bizarre.
mean. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be a jerk. I'm just telling you, we talk to a lot of real people every day. I do, that have not thought about who the customer is.
See, I told you he's gonna try to stir me up.
See,
Press mute.
see, there we go. She's getting stirred up over there. But it's a really good point. And
Who's your customer?
and even if it's controversial, it's a really good point. Who's your customer?
And your friend's customer isn't your customer. Everybody's showing people what they make or how much car hauling is paying.
Right.
Oh, you said trucking, but nobody's showing the bottom line. I don't know. I don't believe what you don't see. What he's saying. Look at it for yourself. Man, it's just too many reasons.
Yeah.
Don't work for somebody else until you learn what you're doing. I'm speaking specifically car hauling, but like you can't even start trucking until you go and get experience with somebody. Like, drives me crazy.
Yeah. And you know what? A lot of guys, this is what is so bizarre to me. There are so many guys that agree with everything you said, but they don't, I don't know, that
They don't respect it. They don't respect the level.
Respect. We talked about that, Jay. Respect the game.
I didn't hear about that part, but it's no respect. You know, it's so many car haulers or truckers who've been doing this like forever, and somebody new jump in, don't know their price. It's like you cutting their necks and you don't even know what you're doing, but that's all you have. All you have is your ability to do it for less because you don't know what you're doing. So that's all you have. You don't bring any special talents to the show because you haven't developed any special talents. So what could you be promising or offering or giving when you don't know anything yet except for cut the price? Like, I really think that everybody that hops in independent trucking should have to have documented experience, working with a company, working with owner operators, but just hopping in off the street, you messing up the game.
Mark, did you have something?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do.
Okay, great.
So if we talk all the people out of starting a trucking company, who is going to buy the car carrier that somebody has for sale who's going out of business? So, that's...
Right, so we got to help the guy selling his trailer.
Exactly. You can't talk all these guys out of doing it.
You trickster.
Well, so the hard thing about, I think, is and how things have changed in the industry and more of the world and how business operates is a bank will very seldom give a business a loan that they need to operate properly. So it gives them some cash flow, gives them a payment that they can afford. Those kind of things that we're missing in today's society that we used to have back in the day, and where you could go to your bank, knock on the door, have a relationship with your banker, and he would give you a loan for your equipment, some operating money, and to get started. It's very hard to do that. You need private or savings or some other way. So that part of it, know your financing. If you're going to jump into that market, know the financing, know how to make money, know how to know your customer besides that. But the getting your money, so you can't just jump into the truck, and you need a little money for insurance and the down payment and the 20% to get that, and the authority, and maybe to pay a brokerage service like Sue to help you with dispatching, and that type of thing. So a little bank behind you. You need a little bank behind you, and you if you can get that, I think you still have a chance in the industry. I would not talk everybody out of it. It's not meant for everybody. It is not, but you need to sell that truck that's for sale, and it goes full circle. Everybody's buying one, and everybody's getting out of one. So,
okay,
my 2 cents.
Well, that's a well-covered topic. Very good, everybody. Here we go. Topic number 2. Auto transport social media. One of my favorite topics. Yeah, I mean, I talk about it all the time, probably because I have a YouTube channel. I'm also a marketing guy, advertising guy, media guy. But we're all on Facebook all the time, or something. Facebook, LinkedIn. Actually, I was talking to somebody about TikTok today.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think any of us
I
are
love
on
TikTok.
You're on TikTok? It's amazing.
Hell yeah.
So,
but you know, TikTok is fun. Don't look at it. You'll be all day. It helps you tune out customers that are what's the word?
Irritating?
Good word.
Annoying?
A nice word. That are in high gear.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah. And it helps you smile. I think social media is good for me personally. I have to, and I think a lot of other businesses, we have to learn how to filter and separate business opinions from personal.
Oh, isn't that the
opinions.
case? Oh my gosh, Candy, don't get me started. I can't.
I know, right?
I can't believe it when I see a political post on LinkedIn and all of these bankers and VPs are piling in, and I'm like, those are some crazy points of view you just shared. I don't.
Yeah, and
what? Why?
I might think it. I might text or
understand.
Like I'm just learning to separate more.
I have said nothing of substance about any candidate on this show.
Yep.
And I'm not going
True.
to. Yeah, I'm
People are
dancing
too temperamental.
Around. Yeah, man, come on. I'm going to stay focused on coronavirus. I mean shipping.
Yeah, exactly.
So, social media is amazing for advertising. It is the main way to get your company information out there. I mean, email marketing, video. It is nonstop a tool to promote and build your company. And when you advertise, you realize what you need to work on and grow. You're focused on things like your customer. It is amazing. It's everything. Yeah.
I would like to see more drivers
Me too.
posting pictures and because one, you won't get these moments back. I was just talking to somebody earlier and I'm like, you have no idea. He's went from a 3-4 car hauler. He's in a 10 car and he's doing good. But like I told him, I said, your mind state is not that of a 10 car hauler yet because you hustle so long with the 3-4 that you don't even know what car hauling. Now he's learning to be a car hauler. He just survived. He thrived.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he got his business mindset together, but he pays less insurance now in the big truck, but he can't really comprehend everything that's happened, you know, because it's just a different world. It's not the same type of car hauling. So take pictures to document your journey.
Yeah, that's the thing, Jay. You know, social media, and, you know, we always say the 7 words that kills a business is that's the way we've always done it. And, you know, you have to be able to stay up with the times. And social media is just part of life now. You know, you have Facebook, you have Twitter, you have TikTok, which is coming on strong, like Andy said. LinkedIn, of course. I mean, there's so many platforms for you to present your skills and document your skills. And it's, you know, for the most part, free. We're already on it. You might as well do something with it instead of just posting your cat, you know.
You gain more respect from your customers.
And posting,
I mean,
you know, right? If you start with your cat, you know, I got to say this. I'm going to give a shout out to John Bloom. John Bloom is a driver that I used to dispatch for, and his Facebook page is amazing. But he's also, I mean, he's a magician and he's a media. I think he's a media guy, and he does a lot of. He's a jack of all trades. But he utilizes his Facebook page so well, I'll bet it gets him business at this point.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely.
it does.
It's awesome. And he's a driver. The guy's
For all of his
super,
businesses.
He's got like 4 girls and 20 jobs, and he's still, I don't know how he does it.
And
He
that's good.
even does social media for other companies.
I believe
Oh
that.
wow.
Yeah. So,
Well, I think
Like
other
he had
companies,
his
small
tires done
companies do it.
someplace in Tennessee.
You know, the way Facebook works nowadays too, it's almost like the newer generation to use it as a search engine.
oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I just
Mhm.
learned that in a
I agree.
Facebook post, you can search. I didn't even know you could do that.
Yeah, so they're using and that's what Facebook was talking about maybe 5 years ago about what they were trying to do, and kind of go into that whole avenue of thing that, you know, a search engine within Facebook. I mean, you already have those people there captured, and you know, so it's becoming something very beneficial for brokers and for carriers that do use it, just because those customers are there. Something that's relatable. You know, we can talk about Trustpilot, we can talk about, you know, all these other review sites, whatever the case may be, but they have to go to those sites. They're already on Facebook, they're already on Twitter, they're already on those social media platforms. So it makes it real for them. It has a real feeling because they're seeing it there.
I have the clock, so I can extend the time. Anybody want to add anything to social media? Or should we go to the next one? Yeah?
Yeah, I
Just
just
don't-
wanted his. Go ahead, Mark. Is that Mark?
I was just going to say, just like almost what you touched on in the very beginning, Jay. Don't show somebody you're stupid because they might not know it yet.
I know, right?
So, yeah.
No, there we go.
Yeah, just I don't know. Just keep stuff to yourself that you don't have to let somebody know your affiliation or what. If you're in business, on your family, maybe you could do that, but in business, don't exclude customers. You're going to exclude customers who are like, I don't like that, or man, that guy is a dumbass, and not do business, or not support, or not like, or not share when maybe he would. So just be careful that you don't get in trouble. People get in trouble all the time from social media. Don't get in trouble. Just let it be a tool for you, a good tool, not something that's going to get you jammed up.
It's interesting because it's so. We shouldn't have to worry about people being offended all the time. I agree with that. And I agree with freedom of speech and everything else. But what I find so bizarre is some of the people that I thought were professionals. Boy, when you find out what they want to dogpile on, whoa, do they act nuts.
Remove all
I
doubt.
can't even believe it.
It changes your opinion of
It
them.
does.
And,
I'm like, what?
and your relationship with
I'm
them.
like, that is an
And if you're in
absolutely
business,
ridiculous statement.
If you're in business and your livelihood or your company's livelihood matters, don't say that kind of stuff. Don't say what you shouldn't. Don't give people the opportunity not to do business with you because you posted something that you strongly believe in.
Well, and I think I said this to Ty. We all need to express ourselves sometimes. But there are some things I would say on the phone that I'm not going to post on Facebook. Like,
exactly.
Right.
Exactly.
Know the difference. Am I wrong?
Exactly.
It is crazy. It really is bizarre. But you know what? That's what makes the world fun. Let's spin the wheel, shall we?
Spin the wheel.
All right, here we go. Oh, here we go. The Carvana effect.
Ooh.
Anybody want to weigh in on what we're talking about?
Well, I think your intention of that is people's expectations in today's industry of, and not just the industry, but just in society as a whole of, I want it now and give it to me, and look, I can see the picture, I can order it, and like Amazon, I'm going to get it there tomorrow if I have my prime shipping options or my easy auto ship options, expedited.
I was just going to say, I'm sure Joe, this is where, hey, you know, right? Joe.
I mean, listen, if a customer tells me they want a vehicle picked up today, I'm going to get that vehicle picked up today.
Yeah.
You can do that.
That's just what it is. If you're willing to pay for it, it'll happen.
But there's the key, isn't it? If you're willing to pay for it. And I think a lot of people are not. You know, I get car shipping quotes, and we've noticed a pattern. By the time I get the quote, no, they don't want to pay for it. That's why they came to me.
Well, that's why you got to have plan B and plan C, because people want what they want. And, you know, we tell our people on a daily basis, it is not our job to tell the customers what they cannot have. If a customer tells you they want their vehicle picked up today, you're going to tell them how we're going to pick up their vehicle today and how much it's going to cost them to pick up their vehicle today. Now, when they say they can't pick up the vehicle today because that price is too high, then you say, well, we have option B and we have option C that may fit your budget a little bit more. And then they kind of realize, you know what, maybe I can wait 5 days to get the vehicle picked up. Maybe I can do that. But you have to have those plans in place. Because we never want to tell anybody, no, well, you can't do that. It's impossible to do that. No, it's not, because there's plenty of drivers out there, and we do it on a daily basis, that if you put it high enough for them to stop what they're doing and say, this one's paying some money, maybe we can go pick it up first.
Yeah, it's done. And if you've got, like I used to have a silver, gold, and platinum package, and the same day, I'll get a tow truck. It'll get got. It will be moved. And like you said, you're gonna pay for that. It's quickly how you can tell who's serious right in that moment. As soon as they hear those numbers, that whole conversation changes beats.
Absolutely. And you just have to break it down to them for them to understand it. And you know, the analogy that I like to use a lot is, look, you go to the post office, you want something overnight, it's gonna cost you $25. If you got a few days, it's going to cost you $5. This works the exact same way. And then they get it. You know, you want to hear for that, oh, well, yeah, that makes sense. And then you could just have a conversation where they may not need to even spend that type of money to get that vehicle picked up today, because we want what we want, but it may not necessarily be what they need. And if you can explain it to them, they can understand that and save. And then they feel like you genuinely care for them. You know, that, hey, I'm trying to save you some money. We can still get your problem fixed. And you're still going to save a little bit of money. It's not that serious where you do need to pick up your vehicle today. Let's work with your budget and let's fix your problem. Now, on the contrary, if they do need it picked up today, it is what it is, then we can do that too. But they need to know their options, and they'll appreciate it.
Well, with you sitting at a desk, or like, I don't know if you're active in the truck every day, it works out better because I can tell that you mastered the craft of communicating that. But a lot of drivers, you know, they definitely run into a situation where they're making promises that they know they can't deliver on because they don't know how to say no, and they don't have any standard operating or any kind of any plan implemented to tell them what my average time is. So they're going, yeah, I can pick it up today. Lying, you know, you can't.
Right.
You know,
I do work in an office. Easy Auto Ship is a broker. It's a third party logistics.
I remember the name. Yeah.
So, you know, and that, you know, that goes hand in hand with the driver, because, you know, the driver sees, hey, they're going to make some money on this. So we vet them, and a lot of drivers that we use, we've already used already. So we know who's good. We know who's not so good. And, you know, because it's our name at that point. The customer doesn't care that it's, you know, Mike from Rapid Auto or whatever, just using Rapid Auto as an example. But they're buying from you. They're going to hold you accountable no matter what that driver does. So, you know, your job as a broker is to make sure you put your customer in the best position, because that's your position. Also, that's your name, that's your review, that's your backing for the price that they're paying.
Yeah, so, as a dispatcher too, a dispatcher and a driver. And I think I would love to see a lot more drivers realize what you just said, that that's your name at the end of it. Truth or lie is your name. And you're going to call him back for a car in 2 or 3 weeks, and he's going to remember. He gets it done. well, he's gonna lie to me, or he's gonna over promise and under deliver.
And you know what? You mentioned something in the beginning about drivers just not having experience, and that's why they mess up, and that's why they make mistakes. I mean, the same thing happens on the broker side. You know, brokers,
Amen.
it's not necessarily. And we talked about this a few weeks ago when we did the show. You know, brokers don't necessarily mean to be quote unquote shady. It's just that they're unexperienced.
Pretty good point.
And it can come off as shady because it's like, why are you giving this price? Either you are deliberately baiting and switching them, or you just don't know how routes work, how regions work. You know, you just don't know. So you're just going to follow the trend. You're going to look at what everybody's posting vehicles at, and you're going to take something that's 70 miles away. And you're going to say, well, that one's listed for 600, so I'll put mine for 600, which in reality needs to be at 900.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's like, look, you're hurting us, you're hurting the industry, and you're making a bad name for yourself, which makes my job harder. Where the reality is, if we all just came together and experienced and learned, then everybody can be happy. The driver, the broker, the customer. And it could just keep on moving. But we tend to shoot ourselves in the foot because a lot of drivers, a lot of brokers, they're just unexperienced. They just don't know what they're doing. They don't know pricing. They don't know this. They don't know that. And that's why they need to go to TAQ.com and get that pricing engine and let it do work for you.
Transport Auto Quoter.
Transport Auto Quoter. Because it thinks like a driver thinks today. It doesn't go so much by cents per mile, where that's where stuff usually moved, you know, for the longest time. Now you got all these little places all over the country where, you know what, if it's going to take an hour off that interstate for that driver, that's going to be time. That's going to be effort. That's going to be a lot of things that doesn't factor in on cents per mile.
Yeah.
So if you don't know what you're doing, if you're just coming in, then you got to get the tools in place to make sure that you are successful and then you don't go out of business.
Mm-hmm.
Ty,
that's what, good.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut. Ty, I got my buzzers going off. Ty, add something for me, and then we're going to move on to the next topic.
The Carvana effect, I mean, I understand the idea that everybody thinks I can just get it now, but if you look at it from the perspective of an auto dealership.
I was going to say this. Thank you.
What is the Carvana effect from the perspective of a car dealership? Okay, because Ty likes to haul cars to car dealerships, physical locations where there are actual people. And my favorite dealership always has a service department. Does Carvana have a service department? What happens when you're done buying the car? Where do you go to get it taken care of?
That's what I want to know. And I think they're probably working on that. And by the way, Carvana, there's a couple guys from Carvana that watch the show, and I love that. And
the question was, what's the effect? Carvana effect. I don't know the effect.
Well,
I think my opinion, I'm old and I'm crusty and I like to haul cars.
It's Netflix.
I like to go to dealerships where there's usually people.
But we hear people time and again say they loved their Carvana deal and they would totally go back to Carvana and not a dealership. And at shows like NADA, people are all talking about how to turn the dealership into a Carvana experience. It's everywhere. It's wild. So,
well, what effect does that have on the carrier, the broker?
And that's why we're talking about exactly.
Why are we talking? What is the effect?
Well,
right? So,
it's consumer. I think it's consumer perception driving all the other. The consumers are now driving. Amazon, Netflix, everything has changed to the consumer's perception of the business. And so now the businesses are chasing the consumer to try to fit that consumer belief. But at some point, especially in car shipping, somebody's got to say, you know that commercial you saw with the flatbed pull up? We never saw the driver. We never saw the driver like in the background rushing around. By the way, Who's making a live reality show of all the Amazon drivers that are ready to pull their hair out because they're trying to make 70 deliveries in a day or whatever it is? This is what I'm talking about.
Hour, Jay.
The guy, exactly.
No, my cousin,
Right?
she has more than that. Yeah, they have way more than that.
Yeah, exactly. And I think it's time to hear from the drivers how it's going. How is it going?
I'll put my cousin on
I
the
think
phone.
it's probably not going so awesome.
Well, from a driver perspective,
as
far as that's concerned, the generation, like they're doing it. A lot of them are doing it. They're so caught up in it. I don't think they're doing it.
Yeah, but I think it's burning people out. I think
it is. It's burning a lot of people out, but it's a generation that is not burning out.
Well, that's why you've got people. We're gonna finish this up, but people getting out of whatever job they have now to get into car hauling, and then people trying to get out of car hauling to get into another job. Everybody's all burnt out. We're just burning the crap out of each other. Why? So we can get a cable in 3 hours? Really?
We don't take enough vacations.
My goodness, nobody has any money. Everybody's got coronavirus. All right, let's move on. Hey, honey, we finally got that dream cruise. Oh, great. All right.
Why are you coughing?
Right, exactly. You can't even cough it. You're ordering your Subway sandwich and you cough. You're like trying to hide it.
Listen, real quick. I was at the bank today, and
coronavirus.
The lady asked me how my day was going. I said, man, I got a couple customers that aren't shipping their vehicles now because I'm dealing with this coronavirus. And she looked at me and I said, no, I didn't mean like I'm dealing with the coronavirus. I said, I'm dealing with this coronavirus in my industry because customers aren't trying to ship right now because of the coronavirus, not me. And everybody just turned and looked at me and just said, yeah, I'm sure that's what it is.
Mm-hmm. She got her Lysol ready for you.
Man, I tell you, I was walking out. She was wiping down the counter.
Yep.
Getting it all ready.
Mm-hmm.
No coronavirus for her.
I brought my own pen into the bank today, so I wouldn't have to use theirs.
That's good thinking, man.
Yeah.
I had this driver come in coughing like crazy. I just picked up the Lysol, but I was ready. He knew it too. Oh, he knew it.
That's the next thing everybody's going to be offensive about.
I'm going to show this picture. I was at Home Depot and I was checking to see if they had any respirators. There's none. That's a hard hat. That shelf is totally empty. Dude, we're in the suburbs in Kansas City and they've bought out all the respirators?
That's the rant. That's the rant of the week. That should be the rant of the week.
By the way,
Yeah.
Yeah, no kidding. It's crazy, man. And it's funny, Candy, I was thinking, this is the coronavirus show. I'm actually documenting the panic live on a car shipping channel. Right? Because in a year, this will all seem totally ridiculous. Right?
I hope so. Yeah, it better.
I know,
it really
right?
Better.
Will it? I know. Isn't that the funny thing about
people
a crisis? Yeah. What? Yeah. Well, I don't know. What is the prediction, Mark?
Obviously, political.
Well, I don't know about
the Democrats.
No, we're not doing politics. Mark.
That was pretty slick getting that in there.
I know you got it.
So, why do you have to go to the store and buy toilet paper enough for your family for 2 or 3 months? Won't a week or two work? Why do you need 2 or 3 months of toilet paper and hand sanitizer? Come on.
Totally. I don't know.
That is what is going to bring back your show, and people will look at it and they'll go, the toilet paper. I remember that guy talking about that, and he was right. You can't go to the store and buy toilet paper. It's not there. Costco has a big sign that says limit 2 pack.
Limit 2.
But there is none. Still.
There is none. Oh my gosh.
It's different because now we have the internet to document. We read it in history books and before, and our 8th grade teacher taught us about pandemics and epidemics, and now you got the internet to document it. So it is going to be interesting.
The H1s, the N1s, the Coronas, the 19s. We got it all right now.
Well,
That's
the thing is that like Ebola.
Ty's got it all.
You know, when I first heard the thing, I went and looked up Ebola because who talks about Ebola? That was one scary thing. That scared the heck out of me.
Yeah, that was a lot more scary.
Ebola
that was a lot more
freaky,
scarier than
man.
Corona.
The baby, the Zika virus is what scared me.
Yeah, Zika.
I mean, I know it's real, but
I mean, there's just been so many. You got swine flu, bird flu, corona,
flu.
SARS. There are so many things in the last 15 years. And anthrax. Remember the anthrax scare?
Oh.
This is just something else.
Well, and I'll tell you what, it's I'm not going to get into politics, but
how does it come to election time?
But Kimberly was Kimberly just put in the chat. Do you know how many people are breaking their own self-quarantine? Oh my gosh. The lack of discipline of people to do just 2 weeks. Nobody can do it. Father, this
in
guy,
China, they cane you. They'll cane you in that public square. You know how they remember that guy who got caned, who spray painted the Mercedes that one year and Clinton got him out? They cane you in China.
A hospital worker broke their own self-quarantine and went to a business event. A hospital worker. Well, what in the world are we talking about?
Who had been exposed.
Yeah, they were supposed to self-quarantine, and they're like, nah, I'm going to go to a business event.
Yeah, why not?
And here in Missouri, father-daughter dance, father was like, nah, I'm going to the dance. Yeah, good call, bro.
And a party.
What? Right, and a party. Why not? Hey, you know.
He brought his own wild turkey, Jay.
Hey, you guys can eat that? You guys having any more of that chicken dip? You know, what's going on?
Oh, that's funny.
What is going on? It's crazy. But I want my car on time at 7:55 with my broken quarantine. All right, we covered coronavirus. Oh man, that is crazy.
Was that spun on the wheel? Or did we just freelance
No,
that?
that actually came up on
I think
the wheel.
we freelanced that one.
No, that actually popped up on the wheel. Coronavirus. All right, here we go. We got 6 more.
Very good.
All right. Car shipping and dealer marketing. This one's not as controversial, but okay. So why did I put this up there? All right. Again, I'm gonna say it this way, because you know what? When I talk to businesses about auto transport social media, I'm hitting on this one. You know, in the business world, if you know your customer, Ty, who's your customer? If you're a car hauling fleet, medium size or large.
Used car dealers, auto auctions.
All right.
Every
And
day.
so how are you marketing to those companies? And you know, and let me just say this. You know what they want? You know what they want to hear? And I know because I've been at the shows and I've heard them. They want, if car shipping does roll around, because they're not even thinking about it, but when they do, why is it such a mess? Why isn't everything else is like automated and technology? Where's the car shipping industry on this? So there's a few companies that I've seen putting out press releases and working overtime to get out in front of this and be the car shipping go-to company. It doesn't just have to be a few companies. There's a lot of pie here, but you know, shoot,
there's a lot.
There's a lot of pie.
That's a good question. Like, you know, just like a lot of pie, because the split on it in car hauling itself is so many slices, and most people don't even know the slices to know that you don't have to be so brash, you know, like head to head or so competitive with the money as much as it is looking at other markets, because there's a lot of unsaturated markets in different places in car hauling still.
Well,
and they're not, the people who are doing it, they're not going to tell you because they're eating like, you know, fat rats. You just got to find it out yourself.
Well, and
it's out there.
And so why is it like that so much in this industry? We have to wait to see somebody else capitalize. You know, here's what I'm getting into. And by the way, Candy, I think we're hearing your phone, or you might be falling asleep.
Oh, sorry.
But no, you're okay.
No, moving.
No, you're fine. You're fine. We love you. Thanks for joining the show. All right, but what we're talking about here is we see the rants. The rates suck. This sucks. Brokers suck. Dispatcher sucks. Well, shoot, man, get out in front of it. That's what I'm talking about. Car shipping and dealer marketing. Get out in front of this thing, dude. Somebody else.
Well,
Those
the
people are
thing is,
copycats.
you know, the drivers and brokers, we got to become a little bit more cohesive. You know, we got to stop this whole brokers against drivers and drivers against brokers. And because the brokers, we have the customers, we have the clients, we have the prospects. But, you know, we also got to know what the drivers are doing and what routes they run, so we can market that, because the business is out there. The business is out there.
Quotify. Nice one.
Quotify.
What does Quotify let your business do, Mark?
Well, so Quotify for the carriers is something that we're putting together, and we want carriers to sign up, register their route, so they can say how much do they want or need for that route. And then when Joe has a customer that he's trying to book an order with, he can press his Quotify button on his Pro ABD system to find out the carriers that are running that route and at what price. He can tell his customer, I have a guy who will do it for this price. Joe sells it, and he tells him that the guy will, my guy will pick it up in 1 to 3 days. On his profile, it says I'll pick it up in 1 to 3 days. And Joe now books an order with the customer at what the carrier needs, what the carrier said he wants. There's nothing better than that. How in the industry, that wasn't me. There's nothing better than the carrier saying what he needs for that route and the route that he runs, and then brokers giving them the order at the price he said that he needed. There's nothing better than that. The other thing that we have for the brokers, just to throw that out, or it could maybe even be for the carrier, but we have a portal for brokers that they can give to their dealerships. The dealerships can get their quote at the broker's rate and place their own order. They can see the status when it's being assigned to a truck, when it's being picked up, when it's being dispatched, all of those things. We have one of our customers, one of our brokers, was getting 25% of orders from a dealership. He gave him a portal, and he said, now I'm getting 100%. And
awesome.
It was awesome for him, and he is, if you see Dispatch Center, you'll know which one I'm talking about, because he has a lot of loads. That company has a lot of loads. And the portal is a great tool, and it ties everything in that the dealership needs, the price, and then the broker, that order that the carrier just, or that the dealer just put in, is in his system. He can manage it, dispatch it to trucks. The dealership never sees how much the carrier got on it, or that information. That's proprietary to the broker. But it's a good system, and I think a little underutilized, maybe because we don't push it enough on our social media, which
ding,
we could
ding.
A little bit. Ding.
Yeah.
There's a
Well,
little ding
you
right
got
there.
your hands
I'd like to
full.
find
You have
out
a lot
more.
going
We
on.
do use we do use not Quotify. We'll use Quotify too, but we do use the portal as well. You know, because it allows the broker to have some insight on what their dealerships are doing. You know, they'll see the quote before it becomes an order. So you know, it allows us as a broker to follow up with your dealer and say, hey, I saw you put a quote in a couple days. How are we doing on that sale, or what's working out? You know, so on and so forth. So it does allow you to keep a finger on all your dealerships that you are working with. And it's convenient for them. You know, they don't have to pick up the phone. They don't have to call. They don't have to send an email and wait for a reply. They have their own logins. They can log in, get their quotes, up to 10 cars, at a time, and it gives them a price, and it calculates discounts. You know, if you are doing multiple cars, it recognizes oversized vehicles. I mean, the database in there is tremendous as far as tying it with Transport Auto Quoter as well, and having your pricing customized specifically for that dealership. You know, if you have a carrier that has fixed lane pricing, you already know this is what it's going to be, and they just know in it, hey, this is what it is. Book it, here it is, and it's waiting for you for that broker when that dealer's ready to go. So it's definitely a good tool that we use.
Candy's got her hand raised. Candy, what you got?
I wanted to ask Mark, Jay, is there a show that just talks about that just yet that I missed?
Which one, Quotify or TAQ?
Yeah,
or
on just a TAQ to
there
kind of
is
see it and learn it.
You know,
See.
Mark has been on the show 3 times.
Yeah.
And there's a couple video edits.
I can send them to her easy.
I was just going to say,
send them. I have them.
Yeah, please.
Candy, we just need to just hook up for a little bit, have a conversation, and let me show you what we have. We really have some good tools.
Yeah, because that, and can you just, like, can a driver just sync it into his, like, website, his one-page site, or is it just a link to go from their site
You
straight
can put
there?
TAQ, the auto quoter, on their website. So that's the cool thing about it. With the thing with carriers is they don't necessarily want to quote everything. If they're running Boston to Florida right now, they don't need a quote or to answer a quote from Los Angeles to Dallas, and we filter those out. We let them bid on the lane and the route that they want to bid on at the price that they want to bid. And so that is Quotify for the carrier, and that's the best tool for the carrier. And to be, once they fill that out, and you have brokers like Joe and the others on Pro ABD, and they're pressing the button to check the Quotify rates, see what carriers are running that route, then they can make a decision. And what if there is only 1 or 2? And let the broker take the order knowing what the carrier needs for that route, instead of trying to make a best guess at what he thinks a carrier will do it for. This way, the carrier is saying, this is what I need, this is my route, this is my days of pickup. I'll pick up in 1 to 3 days or 1 to 4 days. And he puts that in his profile. The broker can see it and make a decision to book with that carrier. It's a very good system for the carriers.
And Mark will give you Easy Auto Ship's contact information, and we can set you up with our carrier match system, and you'll get notified, with all our loads too, Candy. And if it fits your criteria, there we go. And everybody. The
other thing, Joe's company can, if somebody needs, if there's a dealership out there and they need a portal, contact Easy Auto, and that portal that Joe can give them runs everything that he's talking about, that I'm talking about. It's a very, very strong system.
Okay.
All right. Hey, and on that note, Joe, what's the best contact info for you to send you an email? People want to.
You could send it to info@easyautoship.net.
Easyautoship.net. Info@easyautoship.net. It's in the live chat. Here comes the spinner. Connected, autonomous, shared, electric. Now, I'll tell you what. This is the future of vehicles. This one is, I'm just going to say this, and then we're gonna spin the wheel again. But I just want to say this is that I put this in here because we all need to start thinking a lot about the future of vehicles. And Ty, you just shared an article with me this morning about how when electric vehicles replace internal combustion engines, there's a lot of differences underneath the powertrain, etc. And you're talking about a whole new era of what maintenance looks like. And when it comes to servicing, transport, etc., I even think this, I say this about, listen, the future, there may not be any dispatchers. You might have a driver dispatcher broker. It might be a 3-in-1. I don't know. Maybe that's the electric vehicle of the future of drivers. My point is that we have to pay attention to these trends, keep an eye on them, and know what they are so we don't get caught just complaining about rates again and just reacting rather than having been paying attention to the changes. Okay? All right, here we go. And the award goes to... This is a fun one. Guys, who deserves an award for something right now?
Central Dispatch.
Okay, there we go. What do they deserve an award for?
Still a family show.
Yeah. Well,
That's funny.
Central Dispatch deserves an award for the most likely to, can't say be out of business, to ignore your call or to not address your issue or concern. I think that would be
and do we have a second? Does anybody want to second the motion?
Yes.
Yeah, so we got a here. All right. Well, I think that the motion has passed, and if there are no other disputes, I believe the award goes to Central Dispatch for being so responsive to customer complaints.
Listen, we figured out a long time ago that Central Dispatch is nothing more than a tool, and our system will basically it's a tool to find you guys, and it's a tool for you guys to find us. But you still as a business, you still have to have your checks and balances and be able to be preventive.
The award is in the right place.
But do they really have checks and balances?
For letting people post cheap
that's
loads,
up to you.
Hotshot Transport.
That's up to you.
Yeah.
Is it Candy or Sue or Candy?
That was me. It was Sue.
Sue. So you gotta have your own checks and balances and not rely on Central Dispatch to fight your battles when you need to fight. As much as we want them to, they just won't.
But it's false advertisement.
Trying to make people pay for a second account, Alberto.
All
nice
it is
one.
a load board.
How about raising the rate all the time? It seems like, right? It's crazy. I want to say
at least once a year.
But Romeo, we just woke up. We just woke up Romeo. She says for being jerks. Listen, here's the important part.
You guys need to go to Dispatch Center then. It's way better.
I have met a couple folks from Cox Automotive. We talked.
What's the department?
I don't
that
think
handles it at Cox.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. And I've invited them on the show, and I do believe that I will eventually get some folks on the show that will talk about Cox and/or Central and/or. And so here's the thing: is that invitation is still in place, and I know somebody right now at Cox is either watching this or will hear about it and check it out and think, you know what, we want to fix that. Seriously. And so this is great feedback. Auto Transport Intel is doing you a favor, Cox Automotive, by letting you know here and now that this was the issue that woke everybody up tonight. It wasn't coronavirus. It was Central
It's accountability.
Dispatch.
Yeah, it's accountability. It's so frustrating now knowing that Central is ran, by Cox, by Mannheim. Okay, you got all those platforms together. But your favorite answer is, I don't know, we're not mediators, we're not liable, for carrier monetary issues, for follow-up and feedback. How does that part work? How does that work? And I posted it the other day, and that's, how can you create a platform and arena and charge nicely and then go, I don't have anything to do with that them being legal them having documented packages, them having a bond number, them having a dealer number, them having insurance. None of that has anything to do with me.
Yep.
How not?
I agree.
Checks and balances.
Well, and here's the good news, because Gary just posted. I doubt they're watching. They think they're too big to fail. Gary, somebody somewhere is watching this show, and I know because I've been told.
But this is the thing. If Central,
They are listening.
if it were more,
They are.
it would better rates from a central dispatch perspective. People can't lowball if they have real insurance and real bonds that they have to pay. So it would eliminate probably 40% of the account holders on Central. It would get rid of a lot of account holders, but the number would go up because that way brokers would still be able to control more of the numbers, the relationships. Carriers would be able to work with reputable brokers and manufacturers. It would create a whole lot more respectable relationships if they just really cared about getting rid of a lot of people who didn't want to do what it took to become legal. Even if they gave them an opportunity, like a probationary window, you've got 90 days to get to get a bond or to get insurance. You got 90 days or we're kicking you off.
Yeah, no, and I think there's a long list of stuff. And here's what's interesting, because Sue and I, we've talked about this. We know that there are feedback groups, and they're asking questions, but they're only asking specifics of things that they think are a problem, rather than the much bigger issues of, do we charge too much? Are we giving enough time? Are we really listening to our customers? I don't know if they're asking that stuff. And that's the stuff that people are really
not.
right? They're asking, like, do you like the color?
I've had two panels with them, yeah.
Okay, maybe
I'm
I went a
changing the
little too far
layout
on
of the
color,
screen.
but that's how it feels. People feel like,
Yes.
It's missing the elephant
I've
in the
had
room.
2-hour-long conversations with them, and they did not care about what I was telling them. They just wanted to know their questions answered.
Because they don't have a reason to care in nobody's pocket. If they're going up on the price, there hasn't been a monetary reason to care. What makes somebody care? Things or money?
And Ziggy said, why would they want to when they make what they make without doing anything?
Because he's right. Hey, Ziggy.
Exactly.
Yeah, they're making
Sad
it
but
is,
true.
and I've called it an ATM and a cash machine, and it's interesting. We're also if there's one dang issue we can all agree on, I think it's this one. Holy mackerel!
They have created. I call it the Craigslist of car shipping. The back page exploitation.
And it all happened on this crazy show where they were starting with coronavirus and they ended with Central Dispatch.
No, if I get one more driver that doesn't get paid and, is hustled and finds out that he has no legal recourse, then, I want to kick him in the knees.
That's like Will Ferrell. I'm going to punch you in the mouth. Okay. All right, here we go. Next. This is the best show in car shipping. Rant of the week. Oh my gosh, I thought we just did that. Well, let's open it up a little wider.
Oh no. Gee.
Does anybody have anything else that bothers them in car shipping?
Diesel fuel prices. Diesel fuel prices do not go down in proportion to how fast they go up, and the gas prices too. So if fuel prices, oil prices went up 32%, then you know that at the pumps the next day, everybody who's selling fuel or gas are jacking their price way up. When the price goes down 32% on a barrel of oil, how come that the price moved 10 cents on my local UDF.
Well,
United
it's
Dairy
because
Farmers.
refineries catch on fire. No, that was the standard PR.
So,
I'm sorry.
yeah,
I got confused.
so it's the same thing.
Right.
So I know they
pull
can take your money really quick when the prices go up.
They go to the
and
spinner,
the fuel,
and they're like, well, let's see, what's the spinner say?
The fuel price in the tanks are purchased at a lot lower rate than when it goes up 32%, and they're jacking that price up. Everything in the fuel tank that they're selling right now that's on their lot doesn't have to be 32% higher, because what they're going to bring in next month on a contract is 32% higher.
What's the difference between the rate of diesel and the rate on a load board? It's what everybody thinks they can get away with, right? Why not? Ty, I just totally subverted the whole thing. Ty, what did you have? And then we're going to Candy. Ty.
My rant of the week is Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration. Boo. They get my award for the week for dang sure. That's it. I'm done.
Why? Tell us why, though. Can you give us something? We're on pins and needles.
One of the questions we had in the beginning was why not start a trucking company? And there's a real stigma, in my opinion. When you start a transport company, you're already doing something wrong day one.
Ooh, isn't that the truth? That's how it feels.
You're breaking the law day one. And you don't even know how. But there's this icky feeling over trucking that makes everybody in the trucking industry think somebody's getting ready to punch you in the back of the head and you don't know coming.
That's why we have to have, like, FBI open up drug policy now. Like, holy mackerel.
It's a hard enough business. I don't care if you're doing freight, cars, hot shot, fleet. I don't care what you're doing. But, okay, so now you get the federal side of things. Then I'm coaching a guy in Arizona, ADOT. So he's doing federal over here, trying to get his stuff right. He wants to haul cars. That's all the guy wants to do is just haul cars. That's it. He's got a brand new truck, a brand new trailer, CDL, clean driving record, great credit score, and money saved up. He's met and he can talk to dealers.
Oh, dude.
Right? He can't drive his truck.
What?
He can't get a plate.
Wow, right.
He can't.
Oh, don't even.
It's another effing rule.
You're right.
Okay.
Preventability of accidents. Oh my gosh, it is nuts. It is nuts.
Golly, I'm done.
Hey, good call, Ty. FMCSA, I agree with you, man. Whew. Good call. Candy?
And DOT.
And that's the thing. Hey, man, and I invite, just as I invite Cox on the show, I invite the FMCSA on the show. Elaine Chow, you are welcome on the show. I'd love to have you as a guest.
Jeez.
And I'll be,
seriously.
listen,
It's jacked, man. It's nothing but a scam, and they're nothing but losers. And if you want to clean up a swamp, there's your swamp right there. Clean that shit up.
Oh, my God, the swamps. Yeah.
I got to go to bed, guys.
Yeah. Hey, man, listen, man. Dude, I know you like to get up early, man, so thank you for sticking around. I know, you get up early, so we're going to let Ty go.
Hey, thanks, guys. Good to see you. Have a good one.
Thank you, Ty.
Good, Ty.
I'll make mine quick.
Yeah, go for it, please.
My rant is very simple. It's particularly to car haulers and used car haulers. Specifically, one, get a jump box. I'm so tired. I'm so tired of that. Get a jump box. A good jump box. Don't go to Harbor Freight and keep the receipt wherever you get it from. Get a jump box. And number two, that's kind of a question, but it's a problem. It keeps going on and on. When do you contact your destination?
Oh, good one.
Because I've had 3 drivers try and punk me in the middle of the night. I'm taking the car back where I got it from. And you haven't called all day. You haven't said anything, and you show up at a business like you a late night. No.
Hey, I got a question for you, ladies.
That is awesome. Mm-hmm. You're so on it. Yes.
I got a question for you, ladies, because when you guys get an order, who is responsible to call that customer on the pickup and the drop off? Is it the driver? Is it the dispatcher? Who actually calls and verifies business hours or time frames or any? And I know it's hard for you guys to, because customers always ask, well, what time is he going to pick up tomorrow? Well, I don't know. I couldn't tell you, but they will call you when they're on their way.
Yeah, that's why estimates are. Yeah, I would think that the dispatcher would be the initial point of contact. Sometimes the drivers don't, if they have a good dispatch service, they don't even have to call unless it's a problem, or, like the last, what is it, the final mile or the last, the 2-hour window call.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes that's why drivers hire dispatchers, is because they can't handle, people nerves. We're getting old. This shit changing about us. And they can't handle all those high pressure phone calls and drive and load and be legal. And that's why a lot of people have dispatchers, just because of all the communication and the lies that people want to hear. And everybody can't keep up with the lies. So.
One thing we do sometimes when we have a TLC customer, we like to call them, they're worried about everything, is we actually call while you guys call, for a load, and we actually get on a 3-way call so everybody's on the same page, and it puts everybody at ease. It sets the expectation. The customer understands more. Hey, he's got 3 loads to pick up. I can't tell you specific time because he has 3 loads to pick up, but they will be in contact with you. Here he is on the phone, such and such. Say hi to such and such. It's like little kids. Yeah, I don't even call you guys little kids around, but it's like, get everybody together, everybody say hello, everybody meet each other, and then it puts a person. You putting people together. So it's not, well, call your broker or call your driver or call your dispatcher. We that's, I guess that would be my rant, is always placing blame on the next guy, passing the buck. You need to stop passing the buck and work together and get the customer on the line, get the driver on the line, figure it out, because that extra 10 minutes that takes is going to save you hours. It's going to save your driver for having to wait overnight until that business opens again, because he didn't know that business closed at 5:00 in the afternoon, and maybe he would have just switched his loads around and dropped that one off first. So the lines of communications between customer, carrier, and broker, it's so simple, but we don't seem to do it all the time when we really should do it every time. Because it's very frustrating. It really is. When a customer calls in and he says, you know what? If he would have just told me, I could have just planned for it.
Oh, and you hear that all the time, don't you? You do hear it all the time. People say, if they just told
me. It's hard to
I
argue it because it's so logical.
It is hard to argue.
It's so logical.
It is very hard
and it's like, I can't even argue with you, Mr. Customer. But you know what? Because all it, and there's so many.
That's when you go, you know what? Can you hold? Because I'm going to put that driver on the phone because I got to go work. Right.
But what it does, it allows, drivers, when you're brokering or dispatching, you're behind the desk, you have that organized manner. And now with the introduction of all these applications, the different apps and programs that you can use to keep it in order and to have specific delivery instructions or pickup instructions, it simplifies it a lot. So I think that's a good way to not just depend on apps or something, but to all the stuff you keep in your mind, as a driver, you just don't, you can't remember everything.
Next to the speedometer, we need a carometer. You know what? I care. No, I don't care. I just don't care.
I don't care.
I don't care. Okay, here we go.
Well, how do you guys feel about real-time GPS? Real-time GPS tampering, and the customer.
What if I gotta stop at the strip club or something? I don't want everybody knowing my business. I got 2 hours to kill. It's my time.
We should still.
I'm taking a nap.
People are still people. And that, which is humanity out of humanity. People aren't allowed to be people anymore. Really? I think still got to be people. I think
if you want to stop and have a long dinner or a long lunch, You don't want to explain. That's why you got into trucking, especially if you got your own truck. That's the biggest way to piss off like a real good owner operator is to keep questioning him about where he is or where he at and where he gonna be.
My
Oh,
God, isn't that the truth? Where are you? Oh yeah, that is the phrase. Where are you?
And you don't really want to know the truth.
You know,
everybody can't handle the truth. So you just
where are you?
You just go, what time will you be there? How about that?
Yeah.
I don't want to know what time are you going to be there.
Exactly. Yep. Don't answer. Don't answer. Just tell me when are you going to be there. All right. So guys, we moved on. We got 2 topics left. I think we're going to make it to the end. We are at the second to last topic. Why is dispatching illegal?
Oh, holy crap. So,
well, technically, I guess I'm not illegal, so I guess.
Well, that's
Jay. That's wrong. Well, you're wrong for that.
That's why I gave the title. It's for some people, it's a foregone conclusion, and I say it in jest, like, okay, wait a minute, what do you mean dispatching is illegal? Well, I did not get the memo, and you know what? A lot of dispatchers, they do not have the memo. In fact, is there a memo?
Okay, I'll let somebody. I got a real good question for that,
I don't know if there
but
is.
I want to.
Some people are.
I want to speak after Sue.
All right, go ahead, you guys, please.
I want to speak after Sue. I got one question.
All right, Sue.
Well, ask me the question. What you got?
All right. Well, all right. How about this? Let's do it this way. Sue, do you think dispatching? Do you think dispatching is a service provided by people and requested by others?
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
Because
every day.
Did dispatchers create a job that didn't need to be there?
Oh no, I think we definitely needed to be there.
Exactly. Because
we provide so much more than most people even realize.
Dude, because
I mean, we're I hate to say it like this, but we're mothers, we're wives, we're we're all of the above.
That's what's so interesting is why because a lot of dispatchers are family members, and I'm pretty sure those family members would be like, you rely on me. I am not just your wife, cousin, whatever, but I'm your dispatcher. I perform a serious function.
Right.
Now that and here's the thing is, I think we can get some people, okay, fine, dispatchers, perform a function. Then why must that function only be performed for one carrier to be legal? I do not understand that. What are you
I don't get that either, because you would never
about?
be able to make a living, for one.
And that's exactly the problem. If you had a garbage man and he only did one house, he's out of business.
Right.
And he performs a legitimate function. And I equate dispatching to being a garbage man or a janitor. It is a hard, thankless job.
What about us?
But it's required. You need it. So, and I get really passionate about this because I'm an ex-dispatcher. I worked so hard at that job, it made me crazy. I had to make a YouTube channel.
I am that shit crazy. Dispatching out of everything that I did. That's it.
By the way, if anybody doesn't know, I was a media guy decades before I got into dispatching. So that's why I have a YouTube channel, because I was always supposed to have a platform like this. This is what I do. But I talk about dispatching because I did it for a while. It's extremely hard. And all the time I hear carriers looking for dispatchers. I do not hear dispatchers trying to force carriers to take this service and like it. Carriers are looking for dispatchers. Now, there are some bad dispatchers, as you and I have talked about.
Absolutely.
Just like there are bad brokers, bad carriers, bad garbage men, bad janitors, bad. There are bad everywhere you go. So, I mean, this isolation idea that dispatchers need to be quarantined because they all have coronavirus, it's crazy.
I've got my question. Oh, I can't wait.
All right.
Okay,
So I think,
my question
yeah,
is, so if
it's based on
the
FMCSA.
dispatching is illegal or legal, what about prostitution?
Mhm.
What is prostitution? No,
What?
just it's prostitution.
Okay.
Isn't prostitution legal some places?
Yeah,
It's a hard
Hello.
true.
job.
No, isn't it legal
It's
though?
needed.
Prostitution
It's
is
needed.
now legal. It was always there. It's always been
Yep.
there, just like dispatch and administrative. It's always been there, but now it's actually recognized and legal in places. It's always been there, but now you're saying, oh, now it's legal. So why does FMCSA or
I think
FMC
I
or any of them?
I think I know where I think I know the zone you're in, and this is perfect timing because Ziggy said it's based on FMCSA verbiage. Okay, I want to address the legalism in the room. Okay, because I think what you're talking
Right.
about is people get legalistic, and I don't exactly know why. Because laws come and go. They do. Laws change.
Yep.
And so, why are we so on top of a law when it's in place, and then when it changes, well, can we now abuse you verbally for a while because you turned out to be wrong about the law? Like,
Facts.
and what makes a law in the first place? And it's based on many factors, but we still know that some laws that are in place are actually unfair or incorrect. So just because somebody put something into law doesn't make it what? What are we going to go with? God's law? I mean, we make laws, but those are laws made by men, and men are flawed at times. And so I'm going to say this. I'm not going to ever take the legalistic concept that just because we made it a law makes it correct or forever law, because laws come and go. And this illegal dispatcher law idea, I don't think, number one, I don't think the FMCSA understands the definition of a dispatcher. I don't think anybody's ever really taken the time to
I
look
agree.
into what a dispatcher is. And making dispatchers illegal is just stupid. It is a failure to communicate.
Energy in the wrong direction.
Right.
I don't know where it got all of its flight
Nuts.
from, because there are a lot of bad dispatchers, just like there are a lot of bad carriers, a lot of bad. It just
And
is.
what we're talking about is illegal brokering. And illegal
Right.
brokering has nothing to do with what job you were supposed to be doing. It has to do with what you're doing wrong, which is illegal brokering. And anybody can be an illegal
And
broker,
dispatching
even a
is not
carrier. That is
Right.
not what a dispatcher is. But if you're a dispatcher
No.
engaging in illegal brokering, guess what? You're illegally brokering. That should be the focus. Not what you held your shingle out as. You're illegal. I mean, it's crazy that I don't understand how I have to go on this rant and I know it's not going to make anybody who's going to go with the legalistic dispatchers are illegal didn't hear a word I said. I guarantee it. I just wasted my breath, which is why I do not talk about politics on this show. It is pointless.
This is almost becoming, well, I guess it is.
Well, I just wasted 10 minutes because nobody's going to change their mind. That's the world we live in. We live in a world. That's why I talk about cancel culture. We live in a world where everybody needs to be fired or gotten rid of or trashed or thrown away. And we don't want to hear anything about how we could possibly be wrong or any leniency or whatever. Cancel culture in effect. Dispatchers illegal next. God.
Ruthless.
It is, man. It makes me crazy. That's why I put that in there, so I could go nuts live on YouTube. Okay, let's go to our last topic. Oh, okay. Oh, well. Biggest load board issues. Do we have anything in addition to... We covered who the award goes to. Do we have... can we talk about any of the minutia or, non-minutia of what's affecting load boards today and what could be fixed? And I say this, I put this in here because what happens is rates are constantly talked about Is it the rates? Is it the what? What? Can you expand on this, please? Somebody.
I can.
Thank you. There we go. We got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of two things that I had on that was the loads that are posted on there. A lot of times are not real. You see double postings, triple postings. That is an issue. That's frustrating for everybody. And when somebody thinks that they are actually booking a load and trying to build their load around it for a load that doesn't exist, but your pricing issue, and when you do a broker, and as Joe mentioned before, who doesn't necessarily understand the industry and the tools that are available to them, and looking at the comparable rates and something that has dispatched 2 months ago at a price that is discounted, that nobody knows why it was discounted or why it moved for that price. That's my target, and that's the price I need to sell this load at to the customer. And when you use the average price of something in that category, you're trending the price of the industry down. It's a very bad pricing model, and a way to it hurts the carriers. It hurts the carriers. It hurts the industry. I think it hurts the brokers as well. So those are my two things: loads that aren't real, and not using pricing tools that should just be there in front of you, not the tool or the rule of why or how you set your price. It's just there. People don't use a price that the truck needs today to make the move, which Transport Auto Quoter provides. It's what the truck needs today, not what happened last month, last week, or yesterday, but you don't know why it was dispatched at a low price, or what somebody did, or why somebody took it at a low price, or why it was even posted at a low price. And Joe's point about asking the customer, what does the customer need, and why are they shipping the car? If my grandfather died and my grandmother wants me to get my grandfather's car out of the driveway, but she doesn't care that it takes 3 weeks to get dispatched, I don't have a lot of money to spend. She doesn't have a lot of money to spend. I just need the lowest price, and it can sit out there for 3 weeks, 4 weeks. It doesn't matter. And a guy has a cancellation, and he's right next to where that vehicle is. And instead of driving across town in traffic in the afternoon rush hour, he may take that lower price one because he had a cancellation, and that fits where he's going. And it does get moved 3 weeks, 4 weeks at that lower rate. But you don't know why it was moved at that lower rate. That's not the rate that you, as a broker, taking a new order for somebody who needs to move a car in the normal time frame that somebody usually needs to move a car. That's not your target price or what you should be telling that customer. And then you're lowballing, and then it doesn't move, and then you have to raise it up to the proper price. And did you do that because you're a lowballer, or because you're inexperienced and don't understand the industry, as Joe mentioned? So
hitting the compare button is like getting your business advice on a street corner.
For people who don't understand what your business
Hey, what do I charge? I don't know, $50, $75, maybe $100.
Sometimes there is a compare button. Sometimes you look at a route and there's no vehicles listed. So then what do? You got to rely on experience at that point to kind of break down the route itself and the vehicle and the time frame. And there's about 7 different factors that you have to look at. So for an inexperienced broker, which I was at one point, it's like, all right, what do you do?
Well, we've all been, and that's
depended on your carriers.
That goes back into, some people aren't trying to be shady; they just don't know what they're doing.
Right.
But that's no excuse for the people being shady. By the way,
not at all.
No excuse.
And, not at all. I mean, I'd like to name some names, but I won't.
We would all like to. Every single one of us would like to. Every single one of us would like to name some names right now, right?
The names that you're going to name are people who actually probably are shady, and they do understand the business, and that's the way they're operating. It's
true. That's true too.
There's two different categories there.
And that's the
Yeah.
frustration with Central Dispatch, because they don't do anything for those people, whether they're a carrier or whether they're broker, and they know that there's no repercussions for them.
Yeah.
So it's it's this
There
slinging
isn't.
mud at that point, and it's like, well,
The repercussion should be transport reviews, Better Business reviews, Google reviews, and people should look at the
Suspended accounts.
reviews.
Suspended accounts. Membership should have its privileges, right? It's kind of like auto transport everything. There's tiers. You can't join a group. Certain groups that want to stay elite to the industry, you have to ask questions or answer questions to be allowed in that group, or you have to be referred by somebody industry related. You shouldn't be able, to me, to just open an account because you think you're ready.
That's not Central Dispatch's model, though, and it's not really. I think actually that it's not Central's responsibility to take on a lot of that things. If somebody has a load board dispatch center, we're not taking that position yet. And I'm not sure that we would or wouldn't, but Central's model is this: you can have membership when you pay this subscription, and there's things that go along with that. You pulling loads from that, you're paying a subscription, and there's the rules for you. You may be confronted with situations with carriers like that because that's our rules. Because you as a consumer want Central to change, that's hard for me. Central has a model. This is what we have. You pay this subscription, and it is what it is.
No, it wasn't like that, though. Mark, if you remember back in '99 when they started, if
Well,
you
that was
didn't have
Wayne
a dealer,
Harris's day.
Yes.
I do remember.
Yeah.
Wayne
Yep.
Harris and I had a lot of conversations, and we talked a lot about things of a CRM, and he created JTracker from a lot of those suggestions or those conversations. Wayne Harris and I went way back. I remember those days, and
it's about
some of the
accountability.
frustrations. Well,
If
it
you're
is,
creating a
but-
platform, if you've created a platform in Arena to say, come in here, and I don't want to say like pedophile island, or you could say anything. If you've created a location or meet point or something to say that this group of people based off of these credentials, and how can we ask for exclusivity, or how can we demand good prices or a legal marketplace if we're not even putting up any kind of resistance to creating illegal marketplaces?
Well, somebody needs to step up and have a solution and an offer to somebody like you who wants that type of subscription. Central, that's not their model right now, and unless people with their wallet say, I don't want to be a member of that community. Your guys are here. These are your rules, and I don't want to participate in that. And then you take your money somewhere else. That's up to you. Central, that's just the way they roll, and somebody needs to create a different avenue for people who want a different type of membership.
And guys, I want to thank you. I'm removing the names from the board right now. That was an awesome way to end it. You guys have been awesome tonight. Everyone tuning in and participating. I feel really proud that, I really believe here on Auto Transport Intel, we are actually tackling slowly the topics. There's so many in this giant industry in car shipping. I see a lot of people that tuned in tonight and chimed in on Facebook and YouTube. I can't thank everyone enough for joining us for this lively debate. There's a lot to talk about. I think we hit some good stuff, and I really appreciate it. Thanks everybody for joining me tonight.
You're welcome. That was fun.
That was fun.
That was.
Good night, Joe. Good night, Sue. Good night,
I'll
Candy.
meet you all.
Good night, guys.
Good night,
Bye,
Good night
guys.
everyone.
Thank you.
Peace out, everybody. And
Good night.
I'm finishing the Zoom meeting. There it is. Boom. Bada bing. Okay, you can still hear me. You can't see me. Let's get some re-entry down here. Yeah, okay, let's switch this camera there. That's the that's the low angle. Here, let's go back to the medium shot. Okay, cool. We're back. So guys, listen. That was awesome. I'm really glad we did that. And probably monthly-ish, we'll do Wheel O topics. And listen, if you've got something that we missed, that we didn't talk about, I want you to email me, autotransportintel@gmail.com. If you're watching this on demand, you can comment below the video. Email me, comment below. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Tell your friends. I know that more and more people are talking about this channel. There are companies now that are talking about this channel. I have some really interesting shows lined up, and I talk to people all the time, and I'm still going to go to the conferences that I can go to. Some might cancel. I don't know. But I'm going to be at Car Conference in Vegas in a couple weeks. I think I've got Bob at Media on the show next Tuesday night if their schedule allows. They're the hosts of that conference, so that should be a great show. There's a lot happening. There's a lot to talk about. And so that is the goal here on Auto Transport Intel. I'm here every Tuesday night. This is the Car Shipping Business Channel, where dealers, carriers, brokers, dispatchers, third-party agencies and service providers network, research, deliver, and grow. And I want to thank you for joining me again on a Tuesday night. I hope you stay safe, stay clear, and let me know what's going on, what's on your mind. And you can always email me if you've got news you want me to share in industry news. I do put out now Monday through Friday social media at 10 and 2. So if you got a news story that you think I should chime in on and share, let me know. autotransportintel@gmail.com. Thank you for staying with me. It's 10:21 on a Tuesday night. I'm going to let you go. Thank you guys so much, and I will see you next week. Here comes the car hauler.